So now this week's question is really intriguing, and I get asked quite a lot on this. Can you explain the party wall process? One of the chaps who actually had a conversation with me, drew out the diagrams. He's one of our architectural clients. We get a lot of architectural work from him. And this was a two-way conversation. He actually drew the diagram out and sent me a WhatsApp. So thank you very much. If you like, you put your hands up. I'll give you credit later on. But this diagram actually descends from the conversation we had, and he actually drew this out. So I just tidied it up and put it on the slides here. So let's have a look at this diagram. This is the process. So the process for each adjoining owner, and I should add each notifiable owner, is as follows. Identify the notifiable works. I might have a question actually. Sorry, hold on. I'm going to see if there's a question here. Right, question for later on. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for sending that question in. Keep them coming in. Right, so back to this. The process for each adjoining owner. Let's start. So identify notifiable works for each adjoining owner, and then you serve them notices. So I realize it's a short sentence and it's quite an involved process. So I just want to give everybody an overview of the party wall process, so that this is why it's going to be a little bit short in some places. So once you've served notices on the adjoining owners, each of the adjoining owners can reply as follows. They can consent with a schedule of condition, which is a schedule of condition survey. I discussed earlier on, you know, we can discuss that separately. Once the schedule of condition survey is carried out, for that owner, the party wall process is complete, you're ready to start works. So that's one of the responses an adjoining owner has an option of doing. Next option, they can dissent to the party wall notice. Now they can do this in one of two ways. They can ask for an agreed surveyor, so that the surveyor acts for both the building owner and the adjoining owner, the same surveyor. That's why they call it an agreed surveyor. On the other hand, the adjoining owner can appoint their own surveyor. So each party has their own surveyor. There's another addition of a third surveyor, but I'm not going to go into that. That's nitty-gritty of the process. And you actually probably don't end up seeing that behind the scenes. In both scenarios, what's achieved is it's a schedule of condition with a party wall award. And once that's done, it's completed, party wall process completed, you're ready to start works. On the other hand, if each of them got their own surveyor, slightly different mechanics, principles are saying there's a schedule of condition, a party wall award's created, and works are ready to begin. Now, so that's literally three options, and I'm going to see if I can get my magic wand out now. So that's three options that you've got: the schedule of condition consent, you've got agreed surveyor, dissent with agreed surveyor, dissent with their own surveyor, and the fourth one, it gets left aside, but it's quite important. It's not quite an option. Now this occurs when the adjoining owners don't reply. Excuse me, and they don't reply on time. So this is a non-response to a notice. There's no response to the notice. After 16 plus 2 days, and I'm going to go into the timings as well later on if I get a chance, you should send them a reminder letter. The reminder letter is known as a 10-4 letter. Once you've sent that, after 12 days, you should appoint a surveyor on their behalf. Now, in that scenario, you've got a surveyor acting for each side. It can't be an agreed surveyor if you're appointing it under section 10.4b, has to be a separate surveyor. And this is the recommended process. And this is one of the changes that was made between London Building Act 1939 and the Party Wall Act 1996. After the surveyor is appointed, he'll write to the adjoining owners requesting a schedule of condition. It's not always forthcoming. Where it is, it gets done. And again, it's there to protect both sides. Where there's no excess, you can't frustrate the works. So therefore, a party wall award is made and you're ready to start works. So in a sense, that's the overall process, in summary, for the party wall process and how it occurs. Now, each of those options and permutations and combinations are different for each adjoining owner. So it could be that you have got one adjoining owner, you could have three, and you could have up to 6 or 8 or whatever number of adjoining owners. And each of those has a different route and different selection. So just bear in mind it can vary. So it's not quite a railroad project that runs through.